My name is Mackenzie Anderson, and I currently work for AC Hotels, downtown Salt Lake, as their sales manager.
Perfect. So, the first question I'll ask you
Okay.
is what do you like most about your job?
So many things. I love just talking with people. I feel like I have a pretty outgoing personality, and so I'm willing to talk to just about anyone. Depends on the day. But I love that. I love customer service and serving people. I love my coworkers. They're like a work family in a way. So I would say those are the top 3 things that I love about my job.
Perfect. Okay. The second question is what is the most challenging part of your job?
Good question. So I used to do, I'll go backstory. I started with hospitality 4 years ago. I started working the front desk at the Courtyard by Marriott in Provo. And I worked there for about 8 months. Then I went up to Logan, worked at their Spring Hill front desk. Then I became a sales coordinator. And then I moved up to the Courtyard, the Hyatt, and the Fairfield downtown, and I was their event catering manager. So most challenging, I just recently became a sales manager, so I'm going to go back to this last year. The most challenging with being an event catering manager was my time. I spent probably 50 to 60 hours a week working some of my events and just trying to stay on top of things. And so that was very challenging, not having a full staff, things like that. With my current position, we're opening a hotel, and so that's a whole new ball game. We're having to hit deadlines and checklists and things like that, and having to book new LNRs, local negotiated rates, and get everything set up. So I think with hospitality, there's endless challenges. But I love challenges. I mean, that's what keeps you growing.
Yeah. Okay, and the third question is what do you do in an overbooking situation?
That's a good one. It happens. It happens more than you think. Sometimes, especially when there's citywides downtown Salt Lake with so many thousands of people coming into the city. We sometimes have other groups or staff will book and there's miscommunication, so you'll have to walk guests. And what generally happens is that the general manager has a template of a Word document that they'll give to the guest, the front desk agent will give to the guest, and sincerely apologize and empathize as much as they can and say, we've booked you a hotel here at so-and-so. We're going to pay for your transportation over there. You're going to be there for one night and the stay is on us. And then they can come back, say if they have a 5-night stay or something. So we just try to apologize and hope that they understand and that they won't write bad reviews because that's really bad. So it does happen. So you just have to be very,
Prepared.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so the fourth question is what advice would you give me for your position you're at right now?
I would say communication is huge. You have to have good communication skills. You have to read body language, just being able to talk with people. Staying organized, that is crucial, especially with, all different things. You have to stay organized.
Yes.
You have to answer emails in a timely manner. A lot of people are booking things constantly, and if you reply back to them, then they are going to book at your hotel faster, especially third parties. That's a good piece of advice. You have to be, I like, just to be outgoing and friendly. Like, I feel like a lot of people in hospitality are some of the nicest people. So you just be yourself. You be happy and smiley and
everyone will love you.
Yeah.
Okay. The fifth question is what research do you do each day to stay current in your hospitality industry?
I like that question. I like to go to networking events. I went to 2 networking events today, and it's just a great opportunity to meet people in your community and exchange business cards and collaborate. So I go to networking events as well as read the newspaper, get on KSL, look at local events, and change. Like if there's a building being built, things like that. And with sales managers, usually if there's two or if there's one, for my property we have two. And so we have broken up our segments. So for example, I have pharmaceutical. And so if I see something in the newspaper about pharmaceutical meds, I can, penetrate that and really go after the pharmaceutical companies.
Interesting.
So, yes, just staying up to date on day-to-day things.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, the sixth one is, what are some of your personal successes?
So this last year, I was honored and so flattered that I won the Planet Utah Awards in 2017, and I was nominated by the Courtyard. Yeah, that was a huge accomplishment. So I was very grateful. So
Did you get a raise from that?
Should have mentioned that. No, I got a fun little plaque, and it's all different Marriott, Starwood brands.
Cool.
There are some Hampton too. It's just hotels down in Salt Lake area.
That's cool.
Come and just nominate their top employees.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was
Congrats.
a great accomplishment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, what goals do you have in general?
I just want to keep progressing. I've only been in hospitality, I think it's like 3.5 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So I just worked my way up to where I am today. And a lot of people do in hospitality. I've met quite a few people, and a lot of them don't even have, it's probably going to say bad, hospitality degrees. But they're willing to work their way up. And so that's where I've been, and I just have that mindset of just what's the next step. I would love to try more operations because I haven't done operations since front desk. So, general manager to get the experience of managing people. Alongside, I'd love to be a DOS or get into like the corporate side of things. So
that's cool.
I just want to keep moving up.
You got this. Okay, let's see. What did I already say? What skills do you find most helpful?
So it kind of goes back to advice in a way for my job.
Yeah.
Of just the organization, being outgoing, staying on top of things.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get burned out, and you're not gonna want to go out and prospect and meet new people because it could get old, and so you just kind of have to stay motivated.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so could you describe your average workday and your key job responsibilities? So
currently, since we're opening a hotel, it's different. We have such thing called critical path, where it's a checklist that we go, and it's things that are crucial that need to get done before the hotel opens. We also we're just trying to get our word out there. So I went to 2 networking events today, and then I watched some training events or some training. Yeah. That's currently, but it's a little bit different than what I'll be doing in a few months. In a few months, hopefully I'll be more established and set up some LNRs and set up some groups and whatnot. And so I would say come into the office, look at like KSL, the newspaper, see what things are going around, like current events, which I remember doing in middle school and thought it was so dumb, but it's true. You need to do it.
It's helpful.
Yes, looking at current events, checking my email, and just responding to anyone that has emails coming in, and then just prospecting. Yeah. Showing the hotel off. Yeah. And right now it's so nice because it's brand new. Yes. So pretty. So that's going to be the average work day.
Cool. Okay. In what ways does your job affect your life outside of work?
That's good. So back to my job last year, it dramatically affected my life because I worked way too much. It just consumed my life. I felt like it was taking a toll on my health even. Yeah. And so I got burned out a few times. However, people looked at me and were like, wow, she's giving it her all. So I felt like by working so hard this last year, it paid off to where I am today. But yeah, it took a toll on my health. I didn't get to see my family as much.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do hobbies as much as I wanted to. So I think a work-life balance is really important.
Yes.
And I feel like now I've gotten into a position where I feel comfortable and I'm able to balance my time. Events are just hard in general, so glad to be done with that.
Yes. Perfect. Well, thank you for letting me interview you.
You're welcome.